it's Elaine Sanderson here, Britain's Best Photography. I'm going to talk to you today about why so many photographers out there, I'm not saying all of them, some of them are steaming ahead and doing really well in the high end, middle end, whatever, but so many photographers that basically regard themselves as starving artists. And really, how do you turn yourself from a starving artist to a really well paid professional photographer? Well, the first thing you really need to do is start thinking of yourself as a professional photographer. Now, it's my opinion that lots of people can take photos out there, loads of people have got compact cameras. Okay, we know they can't take photos as well as a photographer, but I think photographers basically are marketers who happen to take great photographs, okay? It's all about marketing. I've seen some great photographers that just can't market themselves, so they get nowhere. So you need to think of yourself as a marketer first and a photographer second, in my opinion. Now, when it comes to your clients, where do you want to be? Who do you want to be selling to? Now, if you're going to do baby portraits, you need to think your client is generally going to be a mother aged between 20 to 40. So let's aim at the 30 age group. They're going to be maybe staying in at home, they're probably taking time off work. Now, marketing to that sort of person, your sales pitch, your sales message, is totally, vastly different than if you're going to market to basically photograph graduation balls. Two very different sales messages have to come out. Now, they can come from you, the same business owner, it can come from the same business, but your sales pitch has got to be totally different. Now, you have to sit down and really scrutinise who your clients are, what age they are, where they go, what they wear, what they're into, where they hang out. Now, you have to scrutinise that because you have to give the right message across. There's no point trying to sell them in a way, there's no point trying to sell yourself in a way that you sell yourself to like your graduation balls. So I hope that's, clear. Now, it's very true to say that 80% of your business comes from 20% of your clients. So that's 80% of your workflow and your money is coming from only 20% of your clients. So that tells me that you've got to treat your clients like gold. I know loads of photographers out there that just basically do a portrait sitting, do a wedding, hand the products off, photos, there's your photos, see you later, no more contact. No more contact. Now that is a really crucial mistake. If 80% of your business comes from 20% of your clients, doesn't it clearly say that you should really keep in contact? Really, really treat them like gold? I can't believe that's one mistake that a lot of photographers make. So think about that one. I'm just reading my notes here, there's a lot to say. So also, a lot of photographers don't have like a call to action. Now what I mean by that is on the business cards, in their adverts, there is nothing to inspire anybody to ring them. Okay, Yellow Pages, there's still lots of photographers advertising Yellow Pages. It's there for a whole year, it still gets used. I've got my sort of slight reservations on Yellow Pages, but that's only previous experience, maybe I wasn't advertising right. But if you look at all the adverts in there, what do they, which one stands out? They generally, nothing stands out. Which photographer would I ring? Because it's missing a call to action. Something that really compels that person to ring you. Free report, free portrait sitting if you ring for, I don't know, end of December 2011. Something really powerful that makes you sort of stand out amongst the crowd. Or ring him or her because they've actually got something to offer. So call to action. Now, there are a million ways to market your business. Now, I get really wrapped up in it. It almost gives me headaches because I think, there's so many different ways. And it kind of annoys me when I see photographers that, the phone's not ringing. I've had 3 phone calls this week, or I've had 1 phone call. Now, as far as I'm concerned, they're not marketing properly. They're not getting out there and doing the job properly. I know other photographers that booked up all year. I spoke to Ryan Brown yesterday. He's a great photographer in Sheffield. He's tutors on our courses. He's absolutely booked up. He can't take on anymore. So why is there such a difference? There's 101 millions and one ways to advertise or market. Now, I could write a book on this, and basically I'll come on to that in a minute, but your business can go from no phone calls to completely chocker with phone calls. Now, as I said, I was thinking of writing a book on this, but I've come across a book very recently I was browsing the internet and I thought I'd have a quick look. I came across a guy and he's written a book on all this stuff, okay? And his name is James Gratiot. Now he's written this book and it's basically a revolutionary new marketing system for new and experienced photographers to basically turbocharge their business. Now in this book he talks with this American photographer who really didn't know what she wanted to do. She photographed lots of bits and pieces, she photographed people, weddings, pets. She had no defined plan really. She wasn't pulling in any work. He basically tutored her and she went from having no phone calls to being absolutely snowed under with phone calls. And he tells her the story of a sales letter she wrote, and it basically is called Girls It's Time to Get Naked. And she sent it out to certain people in a certain way, written, you know, with his guidelines, and she was flooded with inquiries. Really clever stuff. Now he's written this book and it lists at least 20 ways to market your business, and it also lists the critical mistakes photographers make when it comes to, you know, running the business. So I found it really good. Now I must admit it's a little bit Americanised, but if you take that bit out for you UK photographers, the content's really good. He's very down to earth, he doesn't mess with his words, he's not all flowery, and really easy to read. I read it fairly quickly, but it was quite a long, lengthy book, 220 pages, but it was very easy to absorb. I was quite overwhelmed with all the ideas. Now, in a nutshell, what he does cover for you is how to get others working for you. You've got loads of friends, you've got family, work colleagues, how you can get them working for you, really clever ways that they'll actually want to. How to create that call to action that I was talking about, loads of different ways. I can't say it in a video, it's too long, but he goes through all the different ways of creating calls to action so you get that phone ringing. How to make your adverts stand out in yellow pages, in newspapers, wherever you decide to advertise. He also covers what you really must put on your business cards, and I've not seen any photographer with this on their business cards, and it makes really good sense. So he covers all that. How to make yourself exclusive. We all want something that we can't have, and how photographers can create that exclusiveness. How to create a sustainable cash flow. You know, great having a wedding here and there, great having a portrait sitter, but how can you get a sustainable monthly, you know, in-out cash flow, which we all need to pay the bills and have a good lifestyle. How to treat your clients like gold. Many photographers will say, well, how do I keep in contact with them? What have I got to say to them? You know, what can I give them? I know it's a good idea, but he gives you all the ideas of how to stay in contact with your clients, what you can give them, what you can offer them, and it all makes such perfect sense. Networking, very important. He covers, good one, he covers how to raise your fees without upsetting your clients. Again, loads of photographers start off on 300 quid a wedding, scraping by, not even that. Then they decide that they're confident, they've got everything together, they make a big jump in their price. How to basically do that nicely and easily. How to do articles and forums. And press release is really important as well. Most blogs out there, complete waste of time. How to make your blog actually worthwhile and get your blog making money for you. What to put in newsletters, if you send newsletters out. Again, this could be something you keep in contact with clients. What to put in them. And you'll be surprised actually, it really taught me a thing or two. So, you know, there's lots of things you can give to your clients. Joint ventures, really, really must joint venture in this industry. How to do it properly and how to basically work it so that the phone starts really ringing for you. So as I say, I find it really useful, a little bit Americanised for you UK photographers, but it's worth a look. So I've read it, I've reviewed it, I'm recommending it basically. Now, beginner photographers will probably view it differently to more experienced photographers, but there is something to be learned for everybody here. So if you check out the link below, it takes you straight onto his product and you can have a look at it from there. So thank you for listening. I hope these few tips for today have helped.